There we go. We're back on. Lost the signal just the signal went low enough for just long enough that it killed the YouTube live stream. That's the only drawback to actually being mobile while live streaming, is because you run into areas where you just lose it, or you go into areas where there's nothing for hours. Welcome back, Joy. I normally don't have a problem with my cell service coming across Nebraska, but I have T-Mobile. There's an awful lot of farming where she lives. As a matter of fact, that entire area, for as far as you can see, for hours of driving, is nothing but farm area. Minus, there is the little bit of forest right there on the top of Cabbage Hill, but the area she lives in is very, very farmland. Matter of fact, I grew up out in that area. Because it's out there in the eastern Oregon, eastern Washington state areas. Near Pendleton, Oregon. It's all farmland. There's the first one of the day. I haven't seen any before today. And he's a sheriff. And he's going to stay right where he's at. Yep, there is a little bit of farming around Austin, but not much. Most of the stuff you're going to find in Texas is big ranches. People raising cattle. So you live down in Austin, or in the Austin area. What do you think about 6th Street there in Austin? Because I'll tell you, I loved it. Absolutely loved it back in my Army days, because I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas. Not the same vibe, huh? See, back in my day, I was a bit crazy. We were down. There was a large group of us down in on 6th Street for Halloween, and we were all down there in costume. And there was a guy that some lady complained that he bumped into her and was upset, so the cops were chasing him. And the only reason she was really upset about it is because the costume he was wearing was a jump, and you see the genitalia running down the street and the cops running down the street. You see the genitalia running back up the street and the cops running behind him. And next thing you know, everything stops and there's a crowd forming, and this genitalia is climbed halfway up a building. Take a guess at who was wearing that costume. And I didn't really bump into the lady. All I did was turn around. She was standing behind me, not paying attention, kind of walked into me. So technically, she bumped into me. No, it wasn't Biden. I had a little bit of a twisted sense of humor back then. I still do, but I wouldn't be putting on that same costume today, that's for sure. Yep. And I got a ticket for I can't remember what the ticket said. It wasn't public indecency, and it wasn't public intoxication. I can't remember how they worded it so that it was just a misdemeanor. It was and it got thrown out of court anyway, but still, because there were enough witnesses that said she bumped into me instead of me bumping into her. It's not like I went and purposely rammed into her, you know? And besides, you've seen 6th Street. There's times when 6th Street is nothing but standing room only, even on the street. So it was really crowded that day. It was so crowded they really couldn't bring their horses. They really couldn't bring their horses up and down the street like they normally do, the officers. Oh, thank you there, Susie. Thank you. Wow. Come on, people, let me over. Somebody let me over. Thank you. Not like I wasn't trying forever. Yep, and he's got the decal in his driver's side back window there has been there for so long it's actually peeling up. It's hard to read, but he's a Ranger Airborne. I don't know what the first word is because, like I said, some of it's too hard to read because it's peeling up. But he's prior military. There we go. Got 13 more miles, and then we're cutting right through the middle of Lincoln City.